way, knocking teams out every Sunday. Fire in our eyes, can't stop our drive. Hit so hard, remind you of 85. We the Bears, monsters of the Midway, knocking teams out every Sunday. Fire in our eyes, can't stop our drive. Hit so hard, remind you of 85.
Take a look at Chicago, you can smell it in the air. There's a hungry team called Soldier Field going nuts, jumping out they chair. Teams rather be anywhere but here. We don't care if it's below zero. Let it tough before the snow, we still gon' break holes. If we win the point flip, we choosing to kick. Cause we gotta keep this that love to hit. Polarize the link with our smash mouth beats. Slicing up teams like Mike Singletary. Forever repping the seat, making Papa Bear proud. Giving Chicago something to shout about.
We the Bears, monsters of the
Everybody, how you guys doing? It's the Panda and Grizzly Show. I'm Brian the Grizzly here with Grant the Cub. We got Baron in the building and you. So appreciate you guys being here. Sorry we didn't come in last week because there was just a lot of craziness going on. So couldn't help it, but we will be here this Tuesday. We'll be here next Tuesday, and we'll be going on as long as we can. Man, we've had a heck of a last 2 weeks. We had a heck of a day. A lot of things coming out that I think that actually means something that's going to change the direction of the Chicago Bears. I think that's going to be something that's actually happening. I want to know your reaction is. We're going to start start with the Joe Thuney news. Joe Thuney has signed with the Chicago Bears for a 2-year extension, about $32 million. How do you guys feel about this news, and do you think this is a good signing?
Perfect. That's what we've all been clamoring for.
$35 million. It was 2 years, $35 million. I'm sorry.
So pretty much, this year's $20 million, right? He's getting $20 million this year.
Yeah, but his cap hit is half as much as it was
because it's traded. So it's more like
$8 cap hit.
It's okay. So we are taking a 3-year, $45 million pretty much a 3-year, $40 million deal. So
it's the extension for 35. Well, it's fine because when it lowers your cap, it doesn't really matter how much they're actually making, but the cap hit itself it went from $16 million to $8 because he signed him permanently. And so because of the signing bonus, that really helps the Bears overall, and actually gives them more room for free agency going forward.
Yeah, so pretty much we got him for next. Pretty much we got 3 years of Joe Thuney for pretty much $24 million.
Joe Thuney. I don't know why you worry about the money, but he's
no. Like I'm trying to mentally.
He's making $17.5 million as part of this deal this year. Overall, he's guaranteed $33.5 million. So basically, they have the entire line, the interior of the line, signed through 2027.
Okay, so we have a solid inside the line, so we can actually. And we also have a right tackle, so pretty much our only question is probably going to be left tackle. But since we have pretty much everything built around it, we don't need like the best left tackle play. We just need solid left tackle play since everything else is already built.
Okay. What do you say?
I feel like it's a excellent bargain signing because I thought he was going to ask for $20 million. We got him for actually cheaper than I thought he was going to get him. I thought he was going to ask for more money. And like you said, the only thing that I have questions about is for next year's cap hit for next year. Like, I think we're going to be
no, it's not. It's not going to be a big cap hit next year.
It's not going to be a cap hit? Okay.
It's be like when it be like
you do an extension like this to spread the money out.
Right. So I mean, like I said, I think we still got one more move to make. Now, I don't know what move that is in this offseason, but I think we can have a luxury making one more move before we go to training camp. But I think this is a solid signing, especially now you have your core group of guys, like alluding to what Barron said, we need to worry about left tackle. But as far as the rest of your line is concerned, you're pretty much set now. You have no concerns about any contract disputes. You got both Jonah and Thuney locked up for the next 3 years. So that gives us some flexibility to figure out what we're going to do at left tackle. But I thought he was going to ask for more. So
Drew Dowman too. Don't forget about
Drew Dowman. Yeah, Drew Dowman. I mean, like I said,
we have the interior set.
Yeah.
A set interior with this move with Joe Thuney, which is amazing thing in itself. But why do you think that we push to have this signing? What is the reasoning behind it?
Well, you have pretty much one of the best left tackle. You have one of the best left tackles in the league. You got him because you want him to protect your first round pick, who returns out was Prince had reason. Even though I don't agree with some of the statements, he had a reasonable concern about how we kind of came into the year.
Are you talking about Caleb Williams? No, let's leave that alone. I'm asking you, why did they sign?
He's the best. One of the best. He's the best. I think he's the best left tackle in the league.
Left tackle.
Joe Thuney? No, left tackle. Left tackle. I mean left guard.
Okay.
He's the best left guard in the league. Even though he's like, is he 32 or 33?
I think it's 31, but yeah.
31. That's actually better. He had the best left tackle in his prime, and you want to make sure that they have that for the next couple of years to protect your future star quarterback if that works out.
Okay. Why do you think we made this move, Grant?
I think there was a lot of uncertainty because if you don't sign Thuney, you're back kind of at square one again. You don't know who's your guard. You don't know who's your guard going to be if you don't sign Thuney. He was coming into his contract year. So that's a tough pill to swallow. If you don't lock him up, there's a lot of uncertainty with him. And like I said, he can not only play guard, he can move outside if you need him to. So that's a good thing to have. But I just feel like they had to get it done now for the camaraderie of the offensive line to try to build this offensive line up. But like I said, because if you don't sign him and he leaves after 1 year, I mean, what was the point of making the trade then? I mean, you have no camaraderie, and like I said, you had to lock him up to get that line together. So,
what if I told you the reason why it was so important to sign Joe Thuney was because you can now afford to make a bigger move?
That's what
the Bears cap hit before this move was $6.7 million. Okay, after this move, it freed up $8 million more. They now have $14.75 million available. That seems like enough money to, if you are not sure or unsure of either your running back room or your defensive end edge rusher room. If you're unsure about either of those, maybe you could use that money for that. The reason why you get Joe Thuney now, which is the time when you would do the extension, is because it allows you to have money to do other things this summer.
2 moves I'm looking at right now that you can make with that money. Nick Chubb.
Okay.
You get the Nick Chubb in here, and Trey Hendrickson is still in that dispute with Cincinnati. Now, like I said, that's kind of
you don't know Trey Hendrickson. You're paying a 31-year-old defensive end
who doesn't run block.
Or I would say Zadarius Smith is still out there too. You can use him on some. Use him for a bargain. Zadarius, he's still out there. And he hasn't played. He played at every team in his division except one team, and that's the Bears. So why not? I mean, you low risk, high reward. Yeah, low risk, high reward.
You could go with $3 million for Nick Chubb, and you could do $6-7 million, $8 million for Zadarius Smith. Maybe even $9 million, and then you still have $4 million set aside for any in-case stuff. And you always could go ahead and do another extension with someone else to create more money for the cap. Because the truth is, with Caleb Williams being in his second year, we're running out of time. We're straight up running out of time for him to be on this rookie contract if he is this otherworldly quarterback, which is still yet to be seen. But with that being said, you have to kind of strike while the iron's hot. You have to start to at least get to the playoffs. You have to have a much better record going forward. And I think this is important for kind of putting what you want in place, and then making sure that you are putting your expectations out there for everyone.
Yeah. There's some uncertainty going on, especially with what are you going to do next year? And this time next year, is Tremaine Edmonds going to be there next year? Are they going to try to look at, depending on Luther Burden's development, are they going to try to get rid of DJ Moore? I mean, just saying, these are all hypothetical questions. But like you said, that window is closing really fast. because, like I said, all these guys you're paying a lot of money to all the guys you brought in, including your head coach. So, like I said,
the head coach don't really count.
The only way that DJ Moore doesn't stay on this team is if he doesn't block.
Yeah.
If he blocks, then we have and then we have the question then becomes, why the hell did you draft Luther Burden? If you already had these two guys and you got the two tight ends, why would you do it?
Yeah.
Asked and answered. So my next topic is, why did the Bears try to trade up? Did they try to trade up in the second round? Well, we now know from listening to Twitter and listening to all these other reports that the Bears did try to trade up. They tried to trade up with the New England Patriots, and Ryan Poles offered 39 and a 7th round pick. Did we really try to trade up?
I mean, it's only one. It's only one.
Doesn't matter. A 7th round pick wasn't enough. Other teams are trying to trade with New England. I have the Houston Texans. They wanted to trade their number 52 overall. They're going to trade a 6th round pick and then next year 3rd round pick, which equates to about a 4th round of the same year draft. Okay, that's what they're going to give, and New England turned them down too. So this could all be a moot
point.
Moot point, no matter what. But I think what the Bears were trying to do, they did understand that they did need to improve our running back room. What's interesting about the 7th round pick that they offered, that is the same pick that they drafted our only rookie running back,
Manungai.
Yeah, it's him. He's our 7th round pick, and that's what we did. Instead of trading up, offering maybe a 4th round pick, getting the guy you want. You didn't even have to do that. You could have traded New England. You could have said, "Yeah, we'll give you 41 and 72. You take, and we'll take 38. So we could have 38, 39 back to back. You could have got your running back you wanted. If you still wanted Luther Burden, you could have got Luther Burden. If you wanted the left tackle that I wanted, your Earsery, you could have got him. All those were all within scope. If Ryan Poles had pulled off that trade, but they did, and it doesn't seem like he really wanted. And I don't know if because if Ryan Poles had conviction, he would have done it. He's never held back. Do you guys feel like there's a reason why he didn't go? Why he didn't make the trade?
I would say probably draft capital for next year, maybe, or the year after.
You could have did it all for this year.
My thing is, I love Travion Henderson, but okay, so second and third for just to move up one spot, like 2nd and 3rd just to move up one spot to get a running back.
41 and 72. Doesn't matter what spot what you're doing with trade, because you have 39 still then.
Right.
41 and 72 to get the guy that you want.
I don't know. I know it's probably some hesitant, very hesitant. I just can't put my finger on why he would be scared to say, I'll give you 39 and 41.
No, I wouldn't.
That's too much. That's too much.
I'm not giving you both my 2nd round
picks. 39 and 72, the 2nd and the 3rd.
I'm saying he could give up 41 and 72. If you're going to give up a higher 3rd round pick, then you give him the lower 2nd round pick, which is still 41, which means you're only trading back 3 picks.
Right.
They're only trading back 3 picks. They pick up a 3rd round pick. That's enough to try to get New England to say yes. You end up with Travion Henderson, and then you still have 39. If you want to go Luther Burden, you go Luther Burden. If you want to go with the left tackle, you go with the left tackle. You can do any of those things. Do you think there's a reason why they didn't go?
I think the general problem is that it's a lot. It's a lot in my mind.
It could be. They're looking at Nick Chubb too.
They traded away the pick, Baron. They traded away the pick.
like I said, I feel like, excuse my French, but I feel like they shit the bed as far as not understanding the whole situation that they're in. I mean, you could have easily traded. I feel like that was a prime trade up position for New England. You could have got.
I think they knew it. They knew it too.
Oh yeah,
no, they knew it. They knew it because they didn't technically need a running back. That wasn't a glaring need for them in running back. It was not a glaring need for them. So I felt
my personal thought they should probably pick Luther Burden. Then they needed they need one.
They could have.
Yeah.
But my thing was, like I said, if you wanted the running back, which they ended up getting in the 7th round, that's a prime opportunity with New England to get him. If you wanted to, I just felt what it seems to me now that I'm thinking about it, maybe they weren't as high on these running backs like we thought they were high on, as far as
they had the trade talk. They also talked about trading in the 1st round
for Genty. Yes, they attempted to trade for the 1st round. They tried to trade for Travion Henderson. They were trying to steal picks instead of going all in and having conviction. Right. I think, like I said, there's a lot of hesitant planning, and I'm scared, and what if this don't, all that stuff going on. Like I said, he is in polls. He is in a key year right now. You have to understand that. Look, we're going all in on this. We need a running back. We need him. We're not going to say, hey, we're going to go to the 7th round, wait and get Monangai. And now all these Bear fans are saying, well, I mean, this guy, he might be a steal of the draft. He went in the 7th round for a reason. That's not because he's a steal of the draft. Like I said, his tape doesn't look all that good. You know, they would say he's leading the Big Ten, and I'm like, no, he's not.
That's what
big thing is he's slow. He's slow.
Guy's slow, and that's the problem. He's not an explosive runner. But here's the question: also, do the Bears really love Roschon Johnson? Do they believe that Roschon could be something different in their system? This is a new system, guys. Ben Johnson is there.
The bruiser? Want him to be the bruiser?
I don't think so.
The inside runner.
I don't think so. I don't think they're high on him. The previous regime was high on Roschon. This regime has
They really have. They
didn't draft anyone else. They didn't bring anyone else.
Last year they didn't really show a lot of confidence in him because at past a certain point he barely played. Like past week 6 or 7, he barely played.
Well, 2 things with that why he didn't play a lot last year. He had concussion problems.
He was hurt,
and they just paid Swift. So like that played, and then Swift had to play himself out of him being RB1 strictly to a combination because he was playing so bad in between the tackles. Roschon can run in between the tackles.
Did you guys hear what Eric Bieniemy said about Swift?
No, I did not hear what Eric Bieniemy said about him.
Did you hear Eric Bieniemy?
No.
Eric Bieniemy is the new Bears running back coach right now. I know he's an offensive coordinator, but he's a new Bears running back coach. What he said is Swift has to change his running style. He needs to learn how to run between the tackles. It's in his privy. He can do it, but he has to want to do it.
Yeah,
and he has to prove to us that that's what he wants to do.
Yeah, we saw the thing is last year. We saw in his game he tends to try to avoid contact rather than when in the tackle box. He tends to want to.
I don't think he doesn't. He doesn't.
He
always bounces. He
didn't trust his eyes. He didn't trust his eyes a lot of the time because the holes would be.
Doesn't though.
He doesn't trust his eyes, and I think a lot of times you look on the film, the holes were like either they were slowly opening or they were there, and he still cut outside. He's just not trusting his eyes. This is the same
thing that's happened. This is why Detroit got rid of him.
Right.
We realized what happened, right? We traded David Montgomery for Swift.
For Swift, basically.
This is what we did, basically, guys.
Yeah.
When it comes down to it. And David Montgomery runs well in between, and we're looking for another running back to be like David Montgomery. Well, that guy could be Nick Chubb. But the problem with Nick Chubb is how many knee injuries are too much. Yeah. Will he even pass, the inspection? His medicals pass enough for you to sign him? I don't know.
No.
Answer could also be the same thing with J.K. Dobbins, which has also been a rumor.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, I would love to have one of those guys in here, but like I said, you had Montgomery. You had all you do was go maybe like up $1 million, $1 or $2 million up, and you got him. You still have him. But
it was within $500,000.
I mean, oh my God! I mean, goodness. But like I said, I mean, it played a part that the losing took a toll on Montgomery. He said the losing took a toll on him. But still, you still had him $500,000. You know, that's you said, nah, we're not going up. And now you're still looking for a running back. You're still looking for a running back. So that just shows like the decision making, the uncertainty. That's what's killing this team right now, as far as the front office is concerned, with this uncertainty. You got to stop being like, I don't want to go in and take risk. I mean, there's you could take a chance sometimes, but not be so scared to take chances where you're stuck with the bottom of the barrel, or low, not guys that fit your system, but you're just signing guys for whatever reason. So, like I said, I do feel that Chubb would be a great fit here, or J.K. Dobbins. But like I said, how much do they have left in the tank with all the knee injuries and all the injuries? That's the key.
Okay. All right. Next thing. Question for you guys. You tell me if this makes sense for the Bears. If you woke up tomorrow morning and heard that Trey Hendrickson has been traded to the Bears, all right? And what you heard was we decided to trade one of our starters for him, a starter, a 2nd round pick, and a 7th round pick. Would you be okay with it?
Who's the starter?
Who's the starter?
I don't want to tell you. My question. So, what if you woke up in the morning and heard that the Bears traded for Trey Hendrickson for Cole Kmet, a 2nd round pick, and a 6th round pick?
No, wouldn't do it. I mean, well, you said if it's already happened, I'll be pissed off.
Yeah,
I'll be pissed off because the whole purpose of Ben Johnson coming over here now was to run a 2 tight end set.
But that means we all have an identity. That means we have an identity.
Once you traded for drafted Luther Burden, that goes out the window. You can't have 3 wide receivers and 2 tight ends on the field at the same time.
No, you can't.
Unless they're playing like your Texas Tech.
It doesn't matter. The only way you're doing that is if one's all covered over and he's basically a tackle. You can't do it. So that's what my point is.
That means they have an identity. We are chosen
a lane and then decide this is what we're doing. Exactly what Bjorn's saying. Yeah.
So, but here's my thing too with that trade. Loveland is not even healthy yet. So you make that trade, and Loveland's not healthy yet. You don't know when he's coming back. Like I said, you're already at behind the 8 ball because you drafted a guy who just had surgery already. I mean, they're saying he's gonna be done. He should be ready by training camp. Yes.
Yeah, but it's for I think it's separated shoulder.
Yeah.
Right. So right.
And
so
you also remember we also signed Durham Smythe.
Right. And I'm still.
We have a blocker. We already have a blocker.
Like I said, for me personally, if that trade were to happen, I will have to burn my Bears jerseys tomorrow.
Because I won't feel that strongly.
I would.
You have an identity. Okay.
What? You just paid. Go ahead, Bear.
Yeah, you say we just paid him, but it's already been like year 2, year 1.
But I feel like okay.
Year 1 of like a 3-year deal.
He had a down year last year. Now, I'm gonna be honest with you. He had a down year last year. Part of that was because of Caleb. No point. Part of that was because of Caleb. So what I'm telling you is, you bring this guy in, Ben Johnson. You bring him in. He runs. I understand with the Luther Burden thing. He runs 2 tight end. I think most of his sets are going to be 2 tight end sets.
They're not.
No, they're not. They're one of the most. They do it the most, but it's not the most that they do. They run it. Like
listen, you have to. Time. You have to.
Before you guys get in this argument, I could break this up. But Deuce, what's up, man? Said Rams let y'all win last year. When they go to the Super Bowl, root for them. Hey, when we go to the Super Bowl, root for us. Come on, it's room on this bandwagon. I'm just letting you know.
Trade for a trade.
2025 might not be, but might be a little soon. But 2026, hey, you never know, man. I say the Bears are a 6th seed this year coming in. We get to a 6th seed, and then we probably win a round. And then next year, now we're talking and we're cooking with gas. So, if we do the right moves and we can figure out left tackle, I think we can make a lot of headway. So I'm all for it. So whatever, either way. And he says, same. It's fair. Exactly. So, if you did it to us, we'll do it with you. I love Matt Stafford, especially after he left Detroit. I think he's underrated. I think Matt Stafford is a more talented quarterback than a lot of the quarterbacks that are going to be, Super Bowl, Hall of Famers.
Yeah.
Eli Manning. So.
So
getting back to what you guys are saying. Go ahead.
Oh yeah, they run it the most, but they run it 30% of the time. They still do the slot receiver, three wides with one tight end slot receiver. They do that too. It's just they do it some of the most.
So
Absolutely.
who is their second tight end, and who was their second tight end in Detroit? I want you to see, since you guys are so gun ho on it.
I won't feel that. I won't feel that way about him. Like, okay, so the second tight end, Steven Dykstra.
Do you know who it is, Grant?
No.
Steven Dykstra?
I think it's like Brock something. But my point is that they didn't have a great.
He can catch one pass a game. He can catch one pass, and that's really it.
So
they only have one catcher and
Dykstra. But that's my point. So Smythe will be enough, technically, right? So that's my hesitance with even drafting Loveland. But once you have him, you could technically get rid of one of Cole Kmet if that's what you wanted to do.
I mean, he is.
You drafted Luther Burden. You already did. So you already have the other guy. Luther Burden is not a sometimes player.
No, he's not.
The ball in his hands. He needs the ball. He needs.
What are we doing here, man?
So, but that's what I'm saying. Now we're here now. Ain't no coming back. We're here now. But what I'm saying is,
if you woke up and heard that Cole Kmet was traded for Trey Hendrickson, you have a problem with it.
I'd be livid. I'd be livid.
Like, okay. Because
he's gonna want an extension also. So I'd be livid. 31-year-old, you gotta pay him. And then you just got rid of a guy that you quote unquote said.
How old do you think defensive ends? How long do defensive ends go? Do you think he 34? What do you say? 34 fine? 35 would be fine?
Yeah,
36 because Khalil Mack's still doing it.
So if you heard it,
he's not a genetic freak. He's not.
So did we sign Hendrickson to a 3-year extension? 3-year, $64 million extension.
No, he wants 40. He wants 40 million. He wants that.
I'm not doing it.
Guys, you're arguing at the point. Because you could do a 3-year, $66 million with 80 million or with 40 guarantee. You could do things around it. You could backload it. You could front load it. You could do a lot of different things. You could do it's an extension. So even if it's a 3-year, $78 million with 2 of those years being extension, you can still do that. My point is, how would you feel about it if you got him and opposite Montez Sweat? Now you have 2 defensive ends, another defensive end that's shown that he can sack the quarterback. You have your tight end. I'm just want to know.
Defensive identity. You have an offensive identity.
You have all those things, and you decide Luther Burden is going to be your 3rd wide receiver along with Loveland. How would you feel?
Still be pissed.
What about you?
That's just me.
I'll be like, okay. We got identity. I got a guy who I don't love. I don't love Henderson because he's known for being pretty much always upfield, never Never really been a great run blocker, run defender.
Does that matter though with this defensive end?
With this defensive end, with our defense and how we're built, no,
doesn't matter.
It's perfect for us.
Mm-hmm.
But it's because it's perfect for our defense. But part of the reasons why the Bengals have their defensive problem is because they got a bunch of ends that tend to rush and not run block.
Okay. So just to answer my own question, I'll be furious.
Yeah.
I will be furious.
Hey, man, what the hell are we doing?
That's what I was
because and like the underrated part about it would be you give up a second round pick next year for him. That just took away more of your draft capital for that. No,
well, it doesn't matter if you have the players. You use that capital to get the players that you want. So I have no problem with that part. But I'm just saying I would be livid.
I'll be livid because you don't. Colston Loveland's an unknown. You know what Cole Kmet is. Colston Loveland's an unknown. So it's just like now if this was the year after where you seen both of them on the roster and see how they are together, then like I said, and DN comes up that you can trade for.
He might be great. I'm telling you, he might be great.
Yeah. So
dude says the biggest thing for the Bears is the O-line. Yeah, it is. Got to figure out the offensive line. Now I ask you this question. Is there a running back out there that you would like the Bears to kind of check on? Because
Andre Stevenson?
If their running back can block, then y'all might be cooking with grease.
You ain't got a point.
Look at places where there's packed running.
Why are you still Ramondre Steve? Who the hell wants Ramondre Stevenson?
The ghost of Adrian Peterson.
The ghost of Adrian Peterson.
I would say I would look at I don't know. I think, but he's 30 though. Williams, they used to play for Detroit a year or two back. But he's done though.
He didn't do anything the past like 3 years.
But I mean, yeah. But that's I mean,
I'm thinking about packed running back rooms. I think about packed running back rooms.
You guys are burying the lead. I mean, I think about someone who used to play for the Bears is on a team that has a lot of running backs.
Khalil Herbert?
Nope.
He said he used to play for the Bears.
Yeah, on a team that has a lot of running backs.
That's why I thought of Herbert.
I'm gonna throw this out there. How would you guys feel if the Bears were here that the Bears traded for Breece Hall?
He used to play for the Bears?
No, Justin Fields used to play for the Bears. He's on the team with both Breece Hall, Braylon Allen, Isaiah Davis, Donovan Edwards. You know what I'm saying? Zach Evans are all on that team.
I wouldn't mind. I would love Breece Hall, but I don't think
I love Breece Hall, but they are not giving him up on him. They're not giving him up.
They love Braylon Allen,
but they love Breece Hall still. They love him.
Are you sure they do? Because the Cowboys almost traded for him. So you guys are sure, yet the Cowboys almost traded for him.
Why did the deal go through? Why did the deal fell through?
They wanted more than what the Cowboys were willing to give.
They offered Prince George Pickens deal, and they said no.
I believe they offered a second.
I mean, if depending on what deal that is, but like I said, Ryan Poles deal making at this point right now, I wouldn't trust it. But I would like to, if he's available, why not? I mean, that can really jumpstart our offense. If he's available, he could really jumpstart our offense quick. You know what I mean? And that could be huge.
Congratulations, we have a lead back.
Now, would you be willing to trade Cole Kmet and a second round pick for Breece Hall? No. And that's not a premium position. Running back is not a premium position.
He is one of he's one of the best of the young crowd. He's like 25.
Mm-hmm.
He's 25.
Still wouldn't do it.
You wouldn't do that.
Still wouldn't do it.
You're wrong for that.
Because but here's my. So what do you do?
Breece Hall is 23 years old and he's a star.
I would get him.
What would you? So what would you do with Swift and Roschon?
I would cut Swift.
Take the dead cap.
I
Take
would
the good cap.
trade
Like
up.
you have your bell cow.
cut
Congratulations,
Swift.
you have your bell cow back. We have our bell cow back now.
I would cut him. I would even trade Swift to the Jets along with them. Like I would you want to.
That's what I was thinking. You trade Swift.
You ain't even got to tell. No, you're not going to trade Swift for anything.
You just have him for cap filler. Have him for cap filler.
Exactly. So like literally, he's just a throw in. You want to give me a 6th-round pick for him? Then I'll take it. If I'm getting Breece Hall,
but you're getting 23-year-old Breece Hall. Mm-hmm. He's one of the best young running backs. He's like he tore his ACL and came back and got a 1,000-yard season immediately.
But what I'm saying too, if I'm the Jets, why would I take that? What would be the purpose of me getting Cole Kmet? Where would
you know Justin Fields loves to throw tight ends?
They just drafted Mason Taylor.
They did draft Mason Taylor.
And they got his college teammate Ruckert over there. Why would you?
He's not him. He's not good.
Ruckert wasn't his college teammate. Come on, Ruckert was a linebacker at the time. Let's be real.
What do you mean, Ruckert? Ruckert was his main tight end at Ohio State. Justin,
it wasn't his main tight end. They didn't have a main tight end.
They don't. Do you watch Ohio State? They always use receivers. They always use receivers.
But Justin got Ruckert drafted to be a tight end. He got him drafted.
Yes,
Justin got him drafted. He got him drafted. So
what I'm telling you, that's great. Like, okay, name the last great Ohio State tight end.
I don't know the last great one, but you can say the same thing about Ohio State. When they had the last great quarterback at Ohio State, they still keep coming to the NFL though. C.J.
Stroud.
That's the last one. Other than that, before him. before
right.
Well, J.T. Barrett, him too.
I mean,
DJ Manuel.
We just talked about 2 of them right there.
I mean, that's 2 of them. But like I said, the last 2 years. But Ohio State.
One? I was like the last 2 that came.
Ohio State before those 2 have not produced any good quarterbacks.
Because they don't. Because they didn't run that system. They ran a dual
what if I told you the second best quarterback in the entire NFL was an Ohio State quarterback?
Joe Burrow was.
If I told you that, bruh,
we really gonna use Joe Burrow?
Was he an Ohio State quarterback?
But he's known for LSU though. He's not known.
Was he an Ohio?
Was he an Ohio State quarterback?
He was, but he was not. He transferred. He transferred from over there.
Yeah, because it was too.
He was an Ohio State quarterback, right?
Too much. It was too many people.
What you're telling me is that he was an Ohio State quarterback, right?
Pretty much, he transferred just like Jalen Williams. Like, hey, there's too many people, too many good players. I gotta get my chance.
Okay.
So, who was Justin Fields' #1 tight end when he was in college?
I want to say it was Ruckert, but it wasn't until.
You think it was Ruckert, huh?
I thought it was Ruckert because
Ruckert was like the second tight end. He was the second tight end. He always had like the great play, the big play moment. But
in 2001, you think it was Ruckert? Okay.
Okay, hold on.
I'm supposed to say okay. I'm not going.
I'm looking at Ohio State tight ends. Kate Stover. I forgot he was on the team.
So the #1. So don't get me wrong. Ruckert played. Their passing tight end was Stover. It is what it is. That's fine.
I forgot he's in the NFL.
So yeah, I'm just saying. But they were all B list anyway because they had all the wide receivers.
Like most of the time they're supplemental pieces. They block.
So, just saying, those are options out there. There's a lot of options for the Bears. I think we're going to see a lot of movement in the NFL. I think the next 2 weeks you're going to see a lot of movement, especially after these meetings have gone away. Because we'll find out soon.
No tush push.
The tush push is going to be gone.
Even though I don't really care. Even though I see as Packers whining.
I don't think it matters.
They're always going to find a way just to get their yard. Okay,
Well, it doesn't matter. You just do a quarterback sneak. This tush push is not anything.
It just makes sure that he goes forward.
So they've already done a couple of things. So now NFL players are now able to go go participate in the Olympics. That's happened now.
Yep.
Okay. The question is, what are you going to do about the tush push, and what's going to happen for Ohio State? All right. I mean, for Ohio State, for overtime. Ohio State. I'm looking at Ohio State for overtime. What's going to happen for the overtime rule?
But this sounds like both of these sound like whinging. This whinging from the Bills. They sound like we're whining. Hey, the Chiefs beat us. Change the rules again.
Well, you do know who this is from, right? The tush push.
Yep.
You know the tush push
didn't work. That didn't work.
You know who's the one talking about the tush push, right?
The Packers and the Bills. Packers and Bills.
The Bills have seconded them, but it was definitely the Packers.
Yeah, I sound like whinging to me.
They've been complaining the whole off season. They've been wanting to make changes, tush push and everything.
Mm-hmm. Which I don't think is an issue. I think it's a stupid thing. And if you want to stop,
like whining.
You will stop it.
Couldn't stop it.
No.
Just don't let them get down there. That's
the Chiefs stop.
Don't let them get down there.
There's only one team that could do it well, and that's the Philadelphia Eagles. We saw it with the Bills; they got pretty much walled most of the time.
I think I'll be honest with you. I think, to be honest, there's a lot of teams that could do it, but I just feel like they don't have the offensive line like the Eagles do that can really do it every time and not get stopped every time.
I'm not saying you can't do it because they don't have those things yet.
They don't have them. They can. I mean, teams can do it. They just either
don't
know how to run it, not well at all. Like either the quarterback's footwork is messed up, and
they use a tight end. They use a tight end when why?
Oh, I remember the
QB's too small.
I remember Getty did that. Remember 23 against the Packers. We was 4th and 1. He got Justin. He had Justin Fields on the outside. Had Cole Kmet run a trick 'em sneak, and that did nothing.
That didn't work. Like why are you doing this?
Yeah. So
what was the point of allowing NFL players to play in participate in the Olympics? Do you guys remember?
To get the game out. To get the name the game out.
More exposure.
More exposure.
Nope. You don't remember what's going on?
Oh, lockout. Future lockout.
Flag football.
Yeah.
Flag football will be an Olympic sport. This allows NFL players to go ahead and participate in Summer Olympics starting in 2028.
I like it.
I like it. I like it. I want to see Justin Jefferson 1-on-1 versus a person.
Show me
person.
you can win.
Yeah, I like it. And it
shows.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Here's Justin Jefferson. You're a somewhat normal person. Guard him.
I think it's good for exposure. I think it's good for just see what other countries have. Who are they going to throw out there? You know, you're going to have China throw people out. You're going to have Nigeria throw people out there. It's going to be a fun thing to see where there's talent. There's going to be a lot of people that can try to vouch for NFL opportunities, though. You never know. People from all over.
What it does is it allows the game to be grown.
Yeah, exposure, expansion, stuff like that. I mean, you're looking at all those aspects when you're doing stuff like that. Me personally, I would love it to have been in pads, but we're trying to save the players for the next season, so we don't want any concussions or any leg injuries happening over some.
They're not gonna let you play pad football right now. No, that's
so,
my thing is, in 4 years, in 3 years, who's going to be a great quarterbacks? Who's going to be the great running backs? Who's going to be great corners and wide receivers? Because since it's in 3 years, we could see people come out and come in. We could see a new wide receiver who's better than Justin Jefferson in the next 3 years. We could see a person be.
You know where he plays?
Cincinnati.
Oh, he plays for Ohio State.
He plays for
Ohio State.
Oh,
he plays for Ohio State. he played for Ohio State, and I'm happy that they're dumb enough to not to throw it to him every day.
Oh well, I'm gonna be honest with you. There's another one that's gonna be after him too when he leaves.
There's always another one.
Marvin Harrison's brother is going to Ohio State.
That's wide receiver you, man. That's
and
what
he said, and he said he's better than him. He said he's better than him.
Yeah, I've seen him. He's not better than him.
That was Marvin said he's gonna be better than me. That's what he said.
Yeah, and I believe that's what I would say too.
The thing is, like, I know that there's probably going to be one guy who's so much better than everyone on that team. There's always one. And they're like Brandon Ennis was a 5-star. So was Mekabuka was a high 4-star, but they get 2 5-star receivers every year.
Okay. All right. So in other news, it looks like that man Aaron Rodgers is going to sign with the Steelers eventually. This is probably going to happen within the next week. And
just sign already. We all know you're signing with them.
Do you realize it's been 60 days since Aaron Rodgers visited the Steelers?
60.
It's been 60 days.
If I'm I lost a lot of Pittsburgh lost a lot of cool points with me. This whole offseason kind of exposed that organization, the way they handled everything. They did a terrible job.
They traded away Pickens because they paid the money for DK when probably
that's not why they traded away Pickens. That's not the reason.
No, that wasn't the reason. But what I'm telling you right now is just because the way that this whole ordeal, they just didn't. They didn't handle like I thought. They didn't handle it like I thought a Pittsburgh Steelers ran franchise would handle this stuff. They did terrible. The draft was terrible. The way they handled Justin, that was terrible. Mm-hmm. They got DK. You can build with DK and Pickens, but then you trade away Pickens. That's another boneheaded move. Like I said, I just don't know.
I like that. I want to see. You have 2 guys who are very big, very good downfield. Also have temper problems, but you have pretty much 2 of the same type of player, and one on one side, one on the other. You can vertically space and you have a bunch of small, you have Calvin Austin, you have Roman Wilson, who's pretty much, I think he tore something and is out for the whole year. You have those 2 guys, and you have a bunch of underneath people that could work underneath them. You have pretty much an idea.
I just don't think that they thought just you bringing in an old guy who's 40, about to be 41. You're bringing him into 41 now, right? So you bringing him into this team.
He is the old man. He's the old man.
I just feel like with him, he's just not. It's just the whole thing. I think it's a non-playoff season waiting to happen for them. I just see it in their future right now. It's not looking good.
Here's the rumor. The rumor is that Aaron Rodgers would be in the Steelers uniform June 10th. June 10th, he'll be in the Steelers uniform. Yeah. It's not even down to the contract. It's not the numbers. It's just Aaron Rodgers and Aaron being Aaron.
Wasting time.
According to reports, Rodgers encouraged the Steelers to just please move on if they weren't comfortable waiting for his free agency decision.
I would say, okay, cool.
But
bye.
They were not ready to make a move. So this is why we are where we are, and still waiting on him, and still haven't heard anything about Aaron Rodgers. So you gotta wait more time for this as the world turns under Aaron Rodgers.
Hey, Brian, all they could have did was they could have just drafted Shador and had no problem. Just added Shador.
It's funny because Shador already signed his contract, his rookie contract is ready to go.
And he's killing. He was killing the mini camp for what we heard. He's killing.
Yeah, well, that's because he's better than everyone else they drafted. So that's
yeah.
All right. Anything you guys want to talk about tonight?
Oh man. So I know that y'all know there was an article that came out about Caleb not wanting to be in a Bears uniform, wanting to go play with Minnesota under Kevin O'Connell. his father being in the middle, trying to orchestrate that to happen. If the Bears got the number 1 pick, trying to orchestrate Caleb, still not going there.
No, they talked to lawyers and see there's
talk to
anything you can
lawyers.
do, and then they also talked about going to the UFL and for a year, and then kind of re-entering the draft.
Right. Yeah. So for me, and I'm gonna go on this quick rant real quick. For me, this is the fear that I had about Caleb coming out the draft when I did. And like I said, the Bear fans hate that you bring up Fields. This is what I'm talking about when quarterbacks like this or people like this that try to change the whole landscape because they may feel that some question marks of not wanting to go to a place has a lot of red flags with me. As far as you had a guy who embodied the city, who went out there every day with BS all around him and went out there, gave it his all. He had the Bears watchable with plumbers and car salesmen out there on the field. Legitimate.
Oh, sorry, no.
Yes. We talk what?
Okay.
Yeah, yes. But
okay.
I'm telling you, the receiving core he had was god awful. I'm not trying to hear anything. The offensive line he had was god awful. But for Caleb, for him, I think it just doesn't look well for me. I don't want any drama queens as my quarterback. I wouldn't call him a drama queen. Now he's here now. But it just screams a red flag to the organization, to the fans that, hey, even though it is true, I would have concerns too, but I wasn't behind the scenes voice that out, that I have concerns, because it shows that you're not ready to rise above that and try to say, well, you know what? I'm here. Let's change the narrative around about quarterbacks not being developed. But like I said, I just don't agree with that. And my last point to that is I don't know, because OTA started today. They're going to have one media day within the 3 days. And if he gets interviewed, that question is going to come up. If he answers it like they ask him, is this all this true? And he says either no comment or whatever, that screams a red flag to me. National Rap Battle Week. If he says no comment or doesn't want to speak on it, that shows what type of person he is. But if he says, hey, I did have some concerns, I wasn't liking that, then I'll have more respect for him. But if he comes out and tries to deny it that was said, that screams red flag. That screams to me, I don't want nothing to do with this guy. So that's all I have to say about the whole Caleb situation. So I'll just allude that back to you, Brian.
Okay, so how did you feel about the Caleb Williams situation, Baron?
I was concerned, but I wasn't surprised. Didn't we hear about the whole he doesn't want to come here from the media here for like the three months before the draft? He's like, hey, he don't want to be here. He's worried about the coaching situation. He's worried about this. He's worried about this. And then you draft him. And then throughout the whole year, we saw those issues. Some of this on him, some of this is on Caleb, but some of the concerns he had were very founded with Eberflus. Like, hey, I'm not sure about him. I'm not sure about Waldron. I'm not sure if he's the guy that could coach me up. He loved I think he loved the Vikings because of Coach O'Connell and how they already have everything planned and they already knew what they were doing. This season kind of, I think it vindicated, but kind of proved some of his concerns were founded. Like Eberflus and Waldron were fired before even the halfway mark. They were gone. And Kevin O'Connell with Sam Darnold, who I don't think is the best quarterback, won 14 games.
Yeah, but Sam Darnold had one of the best.
Yeah, he had one of the best, but the team they won 14 games. So my thing is I agree with Grant. I want him to speak on it over the OTAs, but I'm concerned, but not outraged. I'm like, that was one of the big questions and what we all were questioning before the draft. It's like, okay, we all had the same questions as what pretty much his camp was thinking about at the times.
Okay.
So
here's my thing about what Caleb Williams said. Number one, we've been terrible. That's just being honest. We've been terrible with our quarterbacks. That's true. Number two, I was worried about him. It's hard to say you want someone to be your quarterback that doesn't want to be there. And that's a hard thing. Number three, when they talk about Caleb and them no one being there to show him how to watch tape. In the NFL, as far as I know, in the NFL, you are an adult. You are a man. You are need help. If you want someone to watch with you and you feel like they're not paying attention, you open your mouth and say something. Where I was trained is a closed mouth don't get fed. So when you say no one was there to help me watch the tape, I'll tell you, why wouldn't you instruct your quarterback coach, hey, I want to be watching tape today. I want you to come in here with me so we can go over these things. You are an NFL quarterback now. You are the face of the franchise right now. Why wouldn't the first thing you say is, I need you to be here for help me? Some people will say, why would he have to? Well, it doesn't matter why what would you have to when you are a grown man. This is what you need to be a best. If you want to be the best you are, best you could be, you want to watch tape. You want to hear other people's opinions. You want to ask other quarterbacks' opinions. You want to watch tape as much as you can. So, yes, I think that the Bears haven't done everything right. I think Caleb also hasn't done everything right. And I think we need to both address that and then say, okay, let's move on. And let's figure out what's the best thing for both of us going forward. He's not going anywhere. He's already here. So now let's take the best of it now.
Yeah. I do say it was kind of like bad timing with the article. That when it
was a book. It was a book.
Book. I'm sorry, a book. But I like you said, for me, it just shows. Like Kurt Warner said this on Twitter. Said the same thing you said. Like why should a quarterback have to? He should have asked. You know, as an NFL quarterback, you go in and watch the film yourself. You try to figure these things out yourself. You shouldn't be. He said he had to do that. I had to. He was alluding to him having to go in the film room by himself and watch himself on film constantly, every single day. If the coaches were there,
you don't know if that quarterback wants to be alone, learning his stuff because he already knows how to watch film.
Yeah,
you don't want to impede on him. So really, it's on him to say, "I want help."
Yeah,
I need this help.
Like I said, this is the NFL, man. There are no babies in the NFL. We're not going to babyfy you to say, "Oh, we're going to come over there, Caleb. You need help watching film? Let's go over and watch film." I mean, some coaches they do that, but a lot of times too, you on your own. You have to figure this stuff out on your own. So I just feel like for him, he has to understand that one, you're in a big market. Two, you're under a microscope. These things can't come out like next year and it's saying, well, Ben Johnson wasn't in the film room with me and none of these guys. You can't keep shifting the blame, my guy. You have to go out there and perform. You have to figure it out. So like I said, nobody's going to, spoon feed you the offense and you're going to just go out there and whatever. You have to show that you're the guy. Mm-hmm. And that's why this is a big season for him. All the training wheels are off. Waldron's gone, Eberflus is gone. Now it's time that we invested in you. We got this offensive line. We got receivers. Now it's your time to show. Are you the guy or not? So we'll see.
Had receivers. So yeah.
You said what?
He already had receivers. He didn't do what with that last year. So.
Yeah. So, like I said, Monday night against Minnesota, JJ McCarthy says if he is the quarterback over there, that's going to be your counterpart.
That's what makes Stafford great. Love the Rams. Stafford is great, and Stafford learned how to be an NFL quarterback, and he has been watching film from the beginning. But once again, a closed mouth doesn't get fed. you say what you need and you go after it. So I hope he's learned his lesson and that if he needs something, he will start saying it. I'm hoping that's what we get going forward with him. And I don't appreciate hearing this stuff after you've already become a team. But it is what it is. This is what the news cycle does. And I understand it. I understand it. And as an adult, that's how things work. So now you need to get your butt in camp, get working, get ready for the next step. If you do that, all will be forgiven, and this will be a story that will never be talked about again.
Yeah.
If you get your butt in there and get it working.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right, B, you got anything for you?
Okay, so we talked about the Thuney, we talked about the running back, the running back in trades, we talked about the Caleb thing. And that's really it.
Okay.
Like we had the rookie mini camp. Like rookie mini camp happened. Chappelle looked good right now at the left tackle, but it's just rookie training camp, so I don't want to see him in pads.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And the schedule release that came out.
Yep.
Schedule release came out. For some odd reason, the NFL hates us for some odd reason because in a key year, we have the second hardest schedule in the whole NFL, percentage-wise.
To be fair, everyone in our division does too. And the only reason we have a harder schedule is because we don't play ourselves.
So I think right out the gate, it's going to be 3 tough games, 3 winnable games, but they're all going to be tough. They're not going to be no easy wins. I do plan on going to the Monday night opener, but like I said, for me.
No, I don't. Don't worry about it. He has to work, guys. He has to work.
Yeah.
I do plan on going to that somehow, some way.
Yep.
But
the first 3 look like okay. The first 3 games, the first 2 look hard. The third one's the Cowboys.
But they just got George Pickens, so that could be right there.
Or they could Cowboys it.
Okay. With that being said, then the next 3 are the Raiders, Commanders, and Saints.
Commanders.
There's 2 easy wins. It's the Saints and the Raiders.
We said New England was an easy win last year. What happened with that?
We just had an emotional letdown. Letdown. We were destroyed.
Commanders is going to be a tough one, but I know that a lot of Bears, they're going to be hyped up for that one, especially what happened last year. So that's bulletin board material for that game. Saints, that should be easy win. Yeah. Raiders might be a close game. Raiders game.
I think we can win though. I think we can.
Ravens. Ravens the most song.
The next 3: Ravens, Bengals, Giants.
Bengals gonna go down to it's gonna be down to the 4th quarter with that. Ravens, that could be. I wouldn't say that. But I think if we can't stop the run, then good night.
I think that's the problem. That's the problem. But I think we could beat the Giants.
Yeah, we can beat the Giants. Vikings again. That's gonna be tough. Division game. Steelers. Aaron Rodgers coming back.
Go kill Aaron Rodgers. I hope we kill him. Matter of fact, this is why I want happening when he comes out. Everyone say this.
The people of America have spoken, and they're saying they want 4 more years of douchebag. Douchebag.
Yeah, that's why.
Yeah. So that's gonna be an entertaining one. Eagles.
We're getting run over.
Yeah, that's a problem. That's a
problem.
There's 4 teams that's probably guaranteed losses.
The boys, them guys up north. You
can beat the Packers. You can beat the Browns.
We can beat the Packers. We can beat the 49ers.
So I'm just saying, there's some wins out there, guys. I am right now in the
I can see some. I can see some more. Yeah,
I'm in the 9-8 boat right now. So
yeah,
and until I see more, I'm going to stay there.
Yeah. I can see. I see the The Ravens are probably going to run over us. The Eagles are probably going to run over us.
You never know.
Yeah.
We don't know what's going to happen. Injuries, all that.
Run stopping team in the NFL. We might.
You never know. I mean, you never know. But like I said, this is an entertaining schedule. But that week one, even all the games on week one, there are going to be some entertaining games on that week.
Dude says the Rams go to UK. Talk to me nice.
Nah.
I do worry with the Rams end up being without Cooper Kupp. I wonder if they have enough firepower.
They got Devontae.
So if Devontae is not healthy, that's one problem. But if Devontae is healthy, I think they upgraded that place. Running backs, I don't know how Josh Jackson, how that works, or Jordan Jackson, whatever, how that works. Do you really losing one at all? I don't know how their center works.
They got Coleman Shelton back. Yep.
Which I'm not a big fan of him. I'm just not.
Yeah. He did get bull rushed a lot at last year with us.
We know what to do. You see him and you just go ahead and put him on his butt.
Put Javon Dexter over him and just run him over.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure what the team's going to be, but I think they have a chance to be talented, and I think they might be the best team in that division. So
they could win. They could win that division.
It's a weak division now. It went from strong to being weak. Pretty weak.
I'm not going to say the 49ers. Any division with the 49ers is weak.
I don't think
Seattle has a chance to be decent.
I think Arizona may have a bounce back. They might.
Arizona's going to be a tougher team too. Exactly.
Yeah, but
they got a damn good defense.
Yeah. I'm just worried about they're going to be a team full of meh, like a legion of meh. They're all going to be around like 7 to 9 wins. Everyone's going to be around 7 to 9 wins.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because after the fire sale, and then I brought Purdy for long term. I'm worried.
Okay. All right, guys. So we're gonna kind of dive into the schedule a little bit later, probably next week as we get into OTAs. Unofficial team activities are happening. We'll see how that affects the Bears. Hopefully, they don't have any injuries. Knock on wood. Hopefully, we have a team building, and we'll start to see a team start to kind of form from this great offensive line, interior offensive line, and whatever moves that Ryan Poles decides to make, it all works out.
Yep.
Well, guys, thank you, Deuce. Thank you, because that's why you're the GOAT. Appreciate you jumping in with us, listening to us today. If you have any comment, let us know. I look at all the comments all the time. So if you have anything to say, you want us to look at something totally different, let me know. We will do that on the next Panda Grizzly Show, which will be on Tuesday. Tomorrow we'll be doing Dynasty Pylon. Me and Mark will be talking about all things NFL, all the moves that have happened, and having a lot of fun doing it. So we probably will have Alec in there because I think Alec is now finally officially moved. So we're gonna have a lot of fun tomorrow, and then we'll go from there. And then Sunday, hopefully, we'll have time to have the morning spike and enjoy that too. But for tonight, we're getting out of here. I'm Brian the Grizzly here with Baron and Grant. Guys, say later.
Yeah.
We the Bears, monsters of the Midway, knocking teams out every Sunday. Fire in our eyes, can't stop our drive. Hit so hard, remind you of 85. We the Bears, monsters of the Midway, knocking teams out every Sunday. Fire in our eyes, can't stop our drive.